Hey guys, welcome to my first full video. This is going to be a different video, and it's going to be when racers got caught cheating. Every sport has cheaters. The Astros in the MLB with their trash can scandal, or Bountygate in the NFL. There will be cheaters in every league, no matter what. Even racing. Despite how good of a sport it is, people do cheat to get competitive advantages. Just like Spygate in 2007. It was where McLaren, their team boss, stole classified documents from Ferrari after Ferrari's main head of engineering left and decided to try to sabotage. The thing is, this is very illegal because they are stealing from Ferrari. Nigel Stefani and his wife brought up a plan to steal documents from Ferrari and bring them to McLaren where Nigel then worked. So the car could be developed faster and be as fast as McLaren's or faster. They ended up stealing around 800 pages of classified documents from McLaren to bring them to Ferrari. For this cheating scandal, they were banned from the Constructors' Championship, which is the team championship in F1, and they were fined over $100 million. But Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, the drivers for McLaren at the time, were not penalized. They could still win the Drivers' Championship, but it didn't matter because Kimi Räikkönen won it anyways in 2007. Our next scandal is Spingate, performed by Clint Bowyer and Michael Waltrip Racing. This scandal happened in the Federated Auto Parts 400 on September 7th, 2013. The race was the final qualifying race for the Chase to the Cup Championship, which is the Drivers' Championship in NASCAR. With 10 laps to go, Clint Bowyer purposely spun to help get Martin Truex Jr. into the playoffs, the third driver for the team, so he could make the playoffs over Ryan Newman. The crew chief of Clint Bowyer's car made a very suspicious saying, a code word almost, to Clint Bowyer to tell him to spin. He said, "I bet it's hot in there. Is your arm itching? Go itch it." Clint Bowyer proceeded to spin, and then everything broke loose. People thought it was just a normal spin, like a tire went down. That was Clint Bowyer's excuse, was a tire went down. But then the team, they didn't really have a good, consistent thing to say to the press. So when they did their interviews about the thing, everyone was confused, and then NASCAR started investigating it and found out that Clint Bowyer intentionally spun his car to help get Martin Truex Jr. into the playoffs. The thing, though, was because they figured out he did, and then they banned Martin Truex 50 points, which would kick him out of the championship, and give the spot back to Ryan Newman. And then it got even worse. MWR, the team, got fined $300,000. Every driver got docked 50 owners' points, which is a lot, and most primary sponsors of the team, abruptly cut them off, like Napa Auto Parts did right after the race, causing the organization to only get 2 more seasons in NASCAR, until they had to stop because of financial issues. The last scandal we are going to talk about today is Crashgate, a 2008 scandal by Renault that caused Nelson Piquet Jr. to crash intentionally at Singapore to elevate Fernando Alonso, the other driver, to the win. Fernando Alonso did end up winning the race, and the scandal went unnoticed until the 2009 season when Nelson Piquet Jr. got dropped by Renault for not being good enough. The thing was, he was irritated about that 2008 scandal, and he said to the news that he was told to spin by the team director, or he would get kicked from the team. Flavio Briatore, the managing director, was fired, and so was Pat Simons, the engineering director from Renault. Renault, as a team, was also banned for 2 whole years from F1. The governing body from F1, the FIA, said that Renault was being indicted on the fact that the team conspired with driver Nelson Piquet Jr. to spin and crash and cause a safety car in order to elevate the position of Fernando Alonso. The even more ridiculous thing is, even though they did cheat, they tried to get Nelson Piquet Jr. and his father in jail because they thought that it was false allegations made against the team in order to try to get them to keep on his team as blackmail. Nelson Piquet Jr. said, "I didn't do anything, so I don't have any fear." And the FIA then actually said that Simons, the engineering head, would be granted immunity from this if he gave them information about the problems. Nelson Piquet then said that I will not be bullied into shutting up about this again. A few days later, The Times, a newspaper article, published the F1 radio between Briatore, Simons, and Alonso and Piquet, where they were talking about him spinning. The very next day, Renault came out and said that they will not be contesting the charges brought against them by Nelson Piquet and the FIA, which means they will not be fighting for less stuff. After a WSASC meeting, they said that Renault would be suspended for 2 years, and if anything like this happened before 2011, they would be kicked from F1 entirely. Briatore was banned from any FIA-sanctioned event, which is quite a lot of racing. It's not just F1, it's those big truck races. There's a lot of FIA-sanctioned races. The engineering head, Simons, also got a 5-year ban from any FIA-sanctioned event as well. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.